Howdy, on Work Lives. I think it's time to play a little 7 Days to Die. Oh, it's very scary to get those edges. So I was working on the base here during the night. And, dang it. Man. Can I climb the ladder with a broke leg? Good. I'm probably going to fling myself back off here just to reset that leg. But I wanted to get this corner. I guess we better go over and get this other corner. Just in case I fall, since I plan on falling anyways. Oh. Yep. I died. Come on. I did it on purpose. Come on. Alright. Max XP penalty reached. Yeah. I do not stay alive very good. So I guess today I want to talk about a couple of shows I watched. Let's start with the bad one. So I finally got around to watching the new Predator movie. I'm a fan of Predator. I remember I used to have the poster on my wall of the Predator a long time ago when I was like in junior high or whatever. That showed like his different pieces of equipment, and I hadn't thought about that in years until I was watching this movie. And man, I'll tell you, this is not a good movie. It's not awful, but it's not good. I don't think I was probably a minute into the movie and I'm already like, what is going on? So, spoilers, because I can't talk about things without talking about them. And so I'm watching this thing, right? And I don't know who made the decision to try and score it like it was a Star Wars movie, but the Star Wars big epic uh, orchestral music was a very strange choice for this film. And I mean, it's like right off the bat, like they've got, and not the right kinds either. So like it starts with uh whew. It starts with the predator ship being chased by another predator ship, right? And so the music though, the music is like we've reached the end of or we've reached the middle of the Star Wars film, and the two Jedi are about to have their epic duel, right? None of that is in this movie. I don't understand why they've got this kind of music right off the bat, and I'm like, this just does not fit this scene at all. I don't know what you're trying to do here, but it's not working. And then, we get to the we get to the movie itself. The music, like I said, is just an odd choice to me. And um, but whatever, I can ignore the music. I mean, it's like video games, right? I don't tend to play my games with music anyways. I I feel like having a background music playing is distracting from the wow, this guy is distracting from the immersion, right? Uh, and I tend not to record anything with music, anyways, because you always get the copyright strikes, right? Because I don't know, it's just the game gets the license, but you replaying the game doesn't get the license, kind of thing. And but so anyway, so weird music, and then the movie starts, and it's okay, sorta, to start with. It's definitely got some weird things. Um, and so it starts off with an assassination by the U.S. military of some guy. Which isn't explained because it's not a major part of the movie, right? But it's a little weird to me that it just appears to be random people in the middle of nowhere. And like, oh, well, they got hostages. I'm like, oh, well, I don't think the. Whoa, that guy just beat himself up. I don't think the U.S. military is going to send a Ranger hit squad to take out rando Mexican drug dealer because he's got hostages. I assume they were Mexican. I could be wrong. Um, South American. I don't know. I didn't pay enough attention. They just weren't. Like, I'm pretty sure they were speaking Spanish, so I just assumed Mexican. It doesn't matter though. It doesn't matter. It has nothing to do with the movie. The fact that they were in South America or Central America had nothing, or North America, wherever they were at, had nothing to do with the movie, other than allowing the military guy to get his hands on some of the alien technology. Oh man, something. I couldn't get off that ladder. Dang it. I couldn't get off the ladder. My guy was stuck. She hit me like 3 times before I got off the ladder. Maybe twice. But I was trying. I was moving back and forth. Nothing was happening. Anyways, and so then from there on, it's basically just a movie of memes and tropes. And I didn't look up what. You know what? Let me just look real quick, so I know what other things comes from this. Oh, see, that's really weird. This dude writes some decent films. I don't understand. It's Shane Black. Okay, I take it back. I like The Long Kiss Goodnight. I mean, it's been a long time since I watched it. I liked Lethal Weapon, I think. I definitely didn't like Iron Man 3. I don't think the Nice Guys was any good. I seem to think The Last Action Hero was okay. So he writes action movies. Not great ones, but he writes okay action movies. So this one was weird to me. So you got the military guy, right? And he gets the alien stuff, and then he wanders into a bar and he forces the bartender. Like, I don't even know what happened. Like, the bartender is like, we don't. He shows his gun off, and then he's like, I need help. And the bartender's like, why would we help a man with a gun? And then the bartender turns, and he turns back around, and everybody in the bar is just gone. And so is the military guy. I don't remember what his name was. And I'm terrible with names, anyways. And so it's like, okay, so oh, so we're gonna pretend that he was able to get everybody to leave without the bartender. Dang it, did not jump at all. Gonna pretend the bartender didn't hear anything. Okay. And so what has happened is he has wow, fine. He's gotten his hands on the alien technology in this movie is similar to the old Predator stuff, but apparently anyone can just use it. There's no there's no trying to figure it out or anything like that. Some of it just works automatically. Some of it you just think and it happens, I guess. I don't know. And like this is a bizarre, like it's part of the plot, but it doesn't make any sense. The uh the suit, or he doesn't get a suit. He gets one of the gauntlets that the Predator wears, and the gauntlet fires a blade weapon through through the Predator, and it's the only thing that lets him get away. Now, through the Predator, and then provided it's the same Predator, I don't know how you're supposed to tell, but later it doesn't have any wounds, so I don't know what that was all about. And but it, for some reason, after it makes him invisible, it also pops out the invisibility part, and so he sends the helmet and the gauntlet that he has to his PO box, and then we go to this kid who has Asperger's, and I mean that's what they say, anyways. I don't know. And they set off an alarm, and he kind of, freaks out a little bit because of the alarm, and then the bully kids knock over some chess games, and he puts all the chess pieces back where they were from 4 different games. So he's, he's the miraculous kid who doesn't fit in for the movie. It's basically trying to be one of those corny, low budget kids alien films, but with an R rating from this point on. And so, like, it was just bizarre. And then, like, I don't even understand the point. They got a section in there where they have the female lead get naked to go through decontamination, which is something you would expect from this level of movie, but there was no point to it, and there was no on-screen nudity, so I don't know why they even had that in there. It didn't make any sense. Like, I can understand, like, I'm not necessarily against nudity in films. But it's weird to have someone get naked that you don't actually have naked in your film. So at that point, I feel like they just made you get naked for the cast and crew. Although this might be the one where she, I don't know. I seems to me I remember that there was some issues with the nude scenes in this movie, and that it wasn't agreed upon, and then they tried to put him in the movie anyways. But once again, why would you? I mean, it literally was a decontamination scene, and their decontamination chambers only come up to your shoulders. And so they had her and this other guy stripped naked, and then later she's naked, hiding in the decontamination chamber because it won't open the door until she goes through the process again, and somehow it can sense whether or not she has her clothes on. Um, yeah, I didn't really care for that part. It didn't make any sense. And then as it progresses, like they've got these dog creatures, but they like look just like the predators. And I'm like, this is just goofy at this point that they look like predators. I mean, are they clones of predators? Why do they look like they have dreadlocks, like the predators? And then they're like, I don't know, maybe they're sensory organs. Have you seen any point where the predator uses their dreadlocks like sensory organs? The answer to that is no. No, you haven't. So why would the dogs suddenly be able to use sensory organs that hang off the back of its head? That's not how sensory organs work. It's a dumb movie. And I wasn't happy with it. And then the kid gets the alien technology. He's not supposed to get it, but the father didn't pay his post office bill, and so the postman didn't know what to do but to bring all that stuff to his ex-wife's house, because that's what you do when a customer doesn't pay their PO box bill. You take it to their former address and leave it with someone else. Um, and so the kid opens it, and then because he's the miraculous kid, he can immediately read the alien language. And so then the predator, well, a predator, oh man, I got concussed. A predator goes and escapes from the lab and then goes after the kid because he looked through a different predator helmet and was able to look through. I mean, it could have been her. I don't know. I'm not up on my predator genders. And so he like looks at the scribblings of this kid and immediately knows where he lives somehow. And then I don't know, it was just such a bizarre sequence of events. Oh, the military guy gets put on a psych eval that he fails, and so they are going to send him to a military mental institution. And so they put him on a bus full of other guys who belong to the military mental institution. And oh man, where's my bag? I think I lost my bag again. man, these guys are not responding to my punches. I miss my old stagger them until they fall down. Yeah, you're eating me. Hurry up. I don't have time for this. And, of course, that's the group he has to use to hunt down the predator now, right? And so now suddenly the movie has turned into the Dirty Dozen, uh, which is a movie where they end up with a bunch of prisoners as soldiers, and of course the scientist, the female lead, the scientist, is also like commando level soldier, running over buildings and buses and stuff like that. And it was just, there was little thought put into this movie, except there was a scene where the one of the soldiers stopped and looked at some motorcycles after their vehicle got disabled, and he says, "Get to the choppers!" Right, because that's a line from the original Predator that has been turned into a meme, and so obviously that has to be included for whatever reason. And so then oh, finally. Oof. So then there's also a Black Ops team that's just trying to kill everybody, and they have to team up to fight the Predator. Oh, and there's a second Predator. Yep, pretty sure they took my bag again. Because why would I get to keep my stuff? Although it could be on the floor below or the floor above. Oh man, I really need in this room. There's a lot of bookcases in this room, man. And so then at the very end of it, after they win, oh man, it was not a good movie. I'm just gonna stand here and punch you. One of us is gonna die. It's me. It's me. And like there's this scene where one of the guys, or two of the guys were on a squad together, and so those two guys are best friends, and I should probably spawn on my bed. I wanted to see if I had kept back a tool of some form so that I could quickly get some lumber to make some. Maybe I'll just steal some frames. Oh, this is the wrong side of the thing. And and so the one gets shot in the stomach and the other one gets impaled on a branch. And so they both pull their pistols and they look at each other and they nod, and then they both shoot each other at the same time. I'm just like, this is so dumb. like, I'm not expecting, masterpiece perfection from a Predator movie, but what is going on in this film? I don't understand. And then they get all the way to the end of it. All right, and so they defeated the. There's two predators. The one predator is bigger than the other. They defeat the big predator. The little predator gets killed during the course of the movie. There's these stupid dog predators. I don't even remember what happened to the one. And at the end of it, well, the military guy, of course, gets a promotion. His kid, who's like 11, now works for the government because he can miraculously speak alien, and is part of their research program. And all right, let's see. Oh, right. My other bag. Dang it. Guys, I'm not interested. I'm looking to see if my bag is here somewhere. I wish I knew. Okay. Uh, Here, and then no, not here. Sorry, wrong room. That was a great jump, guy. It's a great jump. So glad I took that effort. Why he's not jumping? I'm hitting the space bar for him to jump. He's not doing it. Oh man, I need to finish this rant about Predator. And so they okay, here's where I went out, down, around. Get this. Okay, back in here. This is where my previous bag disappeared. So I need in this room. Okay, I don't see it in the floor. And I don't see it on the roof anywhere either. Ugh, this is terrible. This is terrible. I don't want to have to make my gear over again. I just got that pickaxe. This is frustrating. This is definitely the worst bag disappearance I have seen in a long time in this game. I get that, like, textures have changed, but what did you do to the hitboxes that the hitboxes have been ruined that my bag just vanishes into the worlds? Weird. I had clothes. You keep taking them from me. I've had clothes twice. In fact, I had some pretty good armor. You took it all from me. And then I got... There we go. Great. Sure don't want to accidentally Stumble off like those other guys. Yeah, there you go. You too. Why is the zombie facing the wrong way? I don't care. She's dead. Um. So. Oh, I'm stuck. I couldn't move. Oh man, they pinched me up in the air like that. But yeah, and so at the very end of it, the little kid is working for the organization, bizarrely, and they've gotten what the little alien brought for the humans, and they open it up, and so the Predator gear is actual like gear, like you take it and you equip it, and it's like a gauntlet and a helmet and or pair of gauntlets. There's shoulder-mounted guns and all sorts of stuff. And it's the thing, like the Predator gears up for war. And so at the end of the movie, they get this little drone that flies onto your arm. They're actually bracers, I guess, not gauntlets. They call them gauntlets in the movie, but they mean bracers. And it completely envelops the scientist guy in a suit that makes him look like a predator, but with bigger guns. I'm like, that's just, it's dumb. It's dumb. It's the Predator Killer. That's what the little kid says. It's the Predator Killer. So yeah, not good. Not good. I'm not sure any of it was fun, honestly. Everything was immune to bullets. Um, and like I don't know where he got it from, but somewhere the one guy grabbed hold of a pneumatic hammer that's used to like kill animals, and then use that to I guess lobotomize one of the dog aliens because it went from being evil to just wanting to play fetch. Or not evil, but it was a trained hunting animal. And so it went from being a trained hunting animal to just wanting to play fetch. Basically followed the woman around wanting to play fetch. What am I missing here? Oh, plant fibers. So yeah. So then, real quick, I also want to talk about the good thing that I saw this weekend, and that was Infinity Train. Infinity Train's a new animated series. I guess not new. It's got 2 seasons. Third season comes out here pretty quick. Surprisingly, very good. That one is about a girl who is angry at her family for because her parents got divorced, and she feels like that they don't have time for her anymore, and so she gets really mad because she's supposed to go to programming camp. I think nope. Yep. All right. She's supposed to go to programming camp, and her her father thought it was a different schedule, and so he couldn't go. And her mother picked up extra shifts because she thought the girl was going to be gone, and so the girl runs off. And then what happens is she boards the Infinity Train, and so the Infinity Train is I don't know what it is. Another dimension where people are judged and placed aboard the train to work out their psychological issues. And so the first season is about this girl named Tulip. And so, like I said, Tulip's mad because her parents got divorced, I guess. And but every car of the train is a different world, and so you basically have to solve the world to get through. And so she's got some companions that go with her. She gets a little robot called 11, who's awesome. It's a robot that's got two halves, and one half is optimistic, and the other half is pessimistic. It's pretty awesome. And so and then she gets she gets some other characters. Oh, I need more bones, man. That go with her. But it's really good. And season two is about a different set of characters. And then season 3, like the characters that season 2 are about, one of them is from season 1. Man, I can't believe this guy is still here. And then, I mean, there's more than that, because there's reoccurring characters. Like there are people who just live on the train. They're not all human. Well, obviously, because I said the one character was a robot, but there's a character called the Cat, and who's a cat that's kind of a con artist. And then there's also there's a dog that travels with her, and oh, dang it, because they took my bag, so I don't have lockpicks. In fact, I don't have anything because they're always taking my stuff. And so then part. This is a major spoiler, but part of the first season, which I think is what makes me like it so much. So I don't know how I'm going to feel about the third season, but in the first season, Tulip has to pull her reflection over from the mirror worlds into what they call the prime worlds to help her. And when she does that, it activates the police force from the mirror worlds. And they don't look human at all, but they pull on masks and gloves to cover up their mirror selves so that they look more human. And then they're like crazy coming after this Mirror Girl version of Tulip called Empty Mirror Tulip. And so they come after Empty, and Tulip helps her escape the mirror world. But they keep coming, and anytime Empty is shown in reflection, then they know where she's at, and they come through the reflection. And so they are carrying Sanders, because she's made of backing, like silver, maybe, or she's reflective. And they also comment on how much she weighs and how she's made out of metal. They call her Chrome Girl sometimes, but she's whatever would be the backing for a mirror, I guess. And man, this has been my worst session ever, I think, for deaths. Not ever, but today, or this version. Uh, Losing your stuff hurts. Like, I don't know how you're supposed to progress if you keep losing your gear constantly. But yeah, let me wrap this up. They run around with Sanders because they're gonna sand her down to dust because she's an illegal criminal for having escaped the mirror world into the prime world. And there we go. And it's really crazy. The show is not crazy. What I mean is, like, it's rated TV PG, and they totally show MT in one of the episodes kill a mirror cop, and his blood gets all over her. Although it's not human blood, still she kills somebody, and I'm just like, whoa. I mean, like, their conversations and the things that happen to them, it's pretty good. And so in the second season is about MT and this new kid named Jesse, and and this deer named Alan Dracula, who is awesome. And so uh, then season 3, which comes out here like August 11th, I think, is about uh, uh, a group of people who live on the train, like humans, called the Apex, and they're kind of like a group of child thieves, and they don't want to leave the train, and so they seem like they're going to be the focus of season 3. I saw a trailer for it. But yeah, it's really good. It is far superior to the Predator movie that I watched. All right, I've rattled on long enough for today, I think. So be better in the small things. Lean into the light. Nice. And I will talk to you later.